Welcome to CDT day 124. You're looking at Indian Creek. Just want to show you guys my camp last night. I was just in this tall grass right here. There's literally one flat spot available, but that's the bridge right there to the highway, and there's just perfectly placed hill so that no vehicles can see me from the road. And I'm also near my water source now. I know that this place is pretty illegal in several ways. It's more than likely private land. It's within 100 feet of the road. It's within 100 feet of a water source. So in terms of legality, I did not pick a very good spot, but it did everything I needed to, which was be well hidden and give me water and just a place to stay without having to worry about people, because up there, you guys will see a clip in a minute, there is nothing out here. It's just wide open flat grassland, so this is a hell of a respite from that. So I was glad to find this. Luckily, the work I put in yesterday to get here helped out a lot, because I got water before bed, so I was able to recharge and hydrate during the night. And I only have 18 miles to town instead of 26 where I was going to stay with Pabst. So 18 miles, I'm hoping to get in early afternoon into town. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, let's see what else we got. Sleep was, so-so. I felt pretty comfortable, but there were a lot of cars going by. I finally got to bed around 11 p.m., and that's when like 6 tractor trailers came over this bridge, and I was like, oh boy, that sets the tone, doesn't it? But I eventually fell asleep and had a pretty good time, so that works out. Got my water all filtered, had my breakfast, which is my last 2 bars in my bag. So there was a Cliff Bar and like a Fig Newton type bar, but like a more substantial one. So breakfast is done, water is filtered, it is time to get going. It is 8:45 a.m. on Saturday, August 31st, and I'm on the move. And you can also see what I was talking about with camping. If this creek wasn't here, I mean, it's just nothing otherwise. It is just all open grassland. So that was my best option for camping. So, time to get to town. I just came up onto this little plateau and I got some cell service, so I got a text from Jesus saying, call me. Turns out he walked all the way to town. Well, I guess he did sleep, but it sounds like he walked like through a lot of the night and then slept next to the river, just because he walked into all this and didn't know he should have stayed at Indian Creek, so he's kind of screwed. So either way, I called him and he is in Ennis right now, so I'm about 4 or 5 hours behind him, and I let him know it'll be that long, so I think he's waiting for me in town. I don't know if we're staying in town tonight, or if we're just going to go out and camp, or if we're going to go to the next town, McAllister, and stay there. So that's something we'll figure out later. For now, I got to catch up because Jesus is in town. How'd you like to have that cabin? It's for sale. Just ignore the fact that it's on a highway, but you have a beautiful view. And apparently this is elk migration country, so you get to view like hundreds and hundreds of elk in a herd running through here. Also, up at these mountains, you get an excellent view, and there's bighorn sheep out there, so maybe you get to see those. I'm not saying I've signed on as the salesman for this house, but I am saying you should check it out. It's a beaut. Love log cabin style. 2 floors, garage. I mean, what's not to like? Again, other than the highway being right here. I'm going to take a break in the only shade I've found on the road so far. But also there's a town of Cameron, very small, but they have this saloon, general store, all kinds of everything together, but unfortunately it's closed right now. So I thought at least the general store would be open, but it is not. That's okay. I got water and don't really need anything else at the moment. It just would have been nice to pick up something. I'm 11 miles outside of Ennis. I've just done about 7 miles in a little less than 2 hours. So I'm going about 4 miles per hour at the moment. That's pretty good. That should get me into town in less than 3 hours, about 3 hours. There's a decent sized herd of pronghorn out there, grazing on this farm field. Pretty cool. Had to get another break in the shade because it's the only shade tree for a little while. But just take a look at these beautiful mountains. I'm just a hair over 5 miles from town. I'm going to try to see if I can do it in one go. Shouldn't be too difficult. Get there around 3, quarter after 3 maybe. Welcome to Ennis. Finally. And there's the Madison. Gets bigger and wider every time I see it. Couldn't resist but go down and collect some water to drink, even though I'm already in town. And I washed off my feet and switched to my Crocs so that my feet can air out, because they are stanky. So now that my stinky shoes and socks are in my backpack, I can leave my whole backpack outside and hopefully not stink up the restaurant that I'm eating Jesus at badly. So yeah, finished. I think I'm about 0.3 away. Should be right there on Main Street. Jesus says there's good food. I heard waffle fries, so that's a good start. So I'll hop over there and see what he's up to. Here you go, folks, Main Street, Ennis. I just passed a distillery, the first thing I saw, so I already know it's going to be a good town. But, oh, there's a brewery. Okay, this place is already awesome. I'm going to go to the restaurant first, Ennis. That's where Jesus is. Should be down here pretty soon. Got the loaded burger with waffle fries. Also got some loaded cheese curds, but ate those so quick I couldn't even video it. This baby's got onion rings, barbecue sauce, bacon, cheese. Alright, I bet this is the last thing you guys expected from me, but this is Jesus and I leaving Ennis. Oh, look at that middle finger. Sassy. This is, I just went in, we got some food, some beer, did a resupply, which I'll show you guys later, and we are off. There's another town called McAllister, about 6.5 to 7 miles from here, that we'll probably get some more food at a bar restaurant out there. But we're attempting to sleep on trail tonight. There's a fly fishing festival in town today, or for this weekend, so I believe, even though all these inns have vacancies, I think their prices are going to be a little bit higher. Plus, you know, we just left West Yellowstone a couple days ago, so no real need to stay in an inn. Although some might argue that I could definitely use a shower. Irregardless, we're back on the trail, and I'm 2 miles away from a hero. So you guys have heard about 0 days, Nero days, but have you heard about hero days? A hero is when you're out of town, you walk into town, resupply, and then leave in the same day while amassing 20 miles or more during that day. So I did 18 miles to get in here, and we're going to be going to McAllister at a minimum about 7 miles away. So I'm looking at a 25-mile day while doing a resupply in town. So this will be a hero for me. I don't know if it's my first, but since I don't know, I'm going to call it my first ever hero. You know, we're getting serious about this trail now, so it's time to push. We are leaving behind Girly Girl and Woj. We were pretty sure that we were going to be leaving them behind once we left West Yellowstone. Paps is in this town right now, and it looks like his current plan is to join us on trail tonight, so we may or may not be seeing him. We're pretty sure that Paps can keep up with us. I know Girly Girl and Woj are a little bit slower, so I think we might have either a 2 or 3 man tramway again. So we'll see how that goes. For now, on to McAllister, next town. I don't like the evening sun or the morning sun because it leaves my nose and cheeks and stuff open to sunburn, which is the only thing I can't protect. So I'm gonna look like an idiot now. Hey, at least it's keeping the sun off of me, so I can't really complain. A couple miles to McAllister. I'll charge up a little bit and then figure out our mileage for the next couple days, and probably find our way out somewhere this evening. We still have yet to plan that. So, what else? The roadwalk's going decently well, but it's just the same stuff that you've been looking at all along, except for now we're getting a view of the next place we're going, up here into the Tobacco Root Mountains. They look pretty beautiful. I saw some pictures online, and they look like pretty amazing on the level of any other really cool mountain range we've been on so far. Beautiful lakes, lots of greenery, awesome mountains. So getting pretty excited that we're going to be seeing something pretty amazing that people on the official CDT won't get to. So it's going to be sweet. Alright, that's a sign I like to see, a bar. There's also a motel around here. Beautiful view of the mountains. What's up? Okay. There's Jesus. And there's mountains everywhere. So we're probably going to hang out here for a little bit. I said, what is kokanee? And she said it's a Canadian beer. So I got some Glacier fresh beer in a chilled glass. Tall boy for $3. I like it. How about some bacon mac and cheese and an appetizer platter? Onion rings, fried mushrooms, cheese sticks, jalapeno wontons. Why not? Alright, Jesus and I are getting our night hike on. Working on my night moves. And private land abounds, so it's very difficult to find a place to stay. So we're gonna have to stealth again. It looks like there's a decent set of woods about 2.5 miles from here, so we'll give that a shot. If it doesn't look good, we'll just have to keep going. Until then, we have a beautiful, big, wide open, starry night sky. I'm loving it. Alright, finally made it into our camp spot for the night. Stats puts me at about 29 miles for the day, so that would be my first hero day, and also a pretty big one. So 29 miles, including a stop in town for a resupply, and a stop in a second town for some dinner and drinks. So being able to skip through those two makes me feel pretty good. Feel pretty much like a well-oiled machine, just continuing moving, finally getting that momentum I've been looking for a long time, and taking this trail pretty seriously. I know you guys have been joking along with me about us taking zeros and double zeros in just about every town we go to, but ever since we left, I guess it would be Du Bois, we've been doing really well, because Du Bois went into Yellowstone, and we went into Grant Village. We Nero'd there, and then we went to Old Faithful. We walked out of there, and then went to West Yellowstone, took a single zero, and then straight through Ennis, straight through McAllister. And I believe the plan is also to go straight through Whitehall until we get to Butte, where I'll have to stay because I got to hitch in to get some packages that some trail angels have left me. So, yeah, I feel like I'm doing a lot better with towns and still enjoying myself, so that's pretty good. So, we're over 100 miles in on road walks. Looks like there's still some pavement left to go tomorrow, but I think that'll be disappearing soon because we'll be getting into the public land, into the mountains and stuff. So we might be on double track or single track, something like that. We'll figure that out in the morning. For now, it is bedtime. It is midnight. We did a fair amount of night hiking to get here, so I am tired out and ready for bed. If you can't already tell, we're camping right next to a stream. I'll show you guys where we camped in the morning. Unfortunately, there's no public land around here for a very long time, so we're kind of have to stealth camp. But obviously practicing as much leave no trace as possible so as not to disturb the land that we are using, that we're not supposed to be. But we'll check you guys in the morning, and that's the end of the day.